Hello, this is Chiak. We are back with Ahnayro. I have no idea where I last left off. um, so we got this part. So basically, we have this left here, which I don't quite know. Maybe it hasn't been revealed yet. I should also mention. So last time I said I got my settings wrong in my video, but turns out my settings were exactly what they were meant to be. It's just forever with the OBS Studios because I upgraded to the newer version. It wasn't working. The frame rate was just a bit more stuttery. I noticed when I was watching the videos when had the old OBS that it had a little bit of lag, but not as much. I don't know, maybe my antivirus was on. Either way, we have a new section here. Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Let's start with that. And let's go here. Either way, Castle & Co., the shop where Arthur prefaced history, detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. Oopsies. Sorry, I wanted to go here. Oh, okay, this is 6? Yeah, this is 6. So, let's try... what was the something & Co.? Castle & Co. Ah, come on, stop it. Castle and Co. Okay. Let's go Wikipedia. Castle and Co. is a British book publishing house founded in 1848 by John Castle, which became, in the 1890s, an international publishing group company. In 1995, Castle and Co. acquired Pinter Public. Okay, this is more in the future, but we're looking for something more in the past. So, the shop where Arthur prefaced history, detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. This makes me think that it's a particular story or book that they former periodicals. I'm going to assume this section might be about women just because of the two images and based off what some of the previous entries for one of the sections were. The Ladies' World, Castle's Magazine, Chums, The Ladies' World, Woman's World, edited by Oscar Wilde. Let's see, Magazine of Art, the New Penny Magazine, the Quiver Magazine. Okay, let's just read the history then. John Castle, who was in turn a carpenter, temperance preacher, tea and coffee merchant, finally turned to publishing. His first publication was on the 1st of July, 1848, a weekly newspaper called The Standard of Freedom, advocating religious, political, and commercial freedom. The Working Man's Friend became another popular publication. In 1849, Castle was dividing his time between his publishing and his grocery business. In 1851, his expanding interest led to his renting part of La Belle Sauvage, a London inn which had been a playhouse in Elizabethan times. The former inn was demolished in 1873 to make way for the railway. I'm just going to... Okay, it was a playhouse. Some important coaching in. Okay, I just want to listen to the thing again. And it's 6. For some reason, maybe it's because I saw the word penny for one of the magazines, but I can't help but think of the show Penny Dreadful and that wonderful seance scene. I have to check. But let's see. PN. We have a boo here. But no, it's definitely not Penny Dreadful. So now question is, what does that have to do with a fox? Because of the images that we have here, there's the women's picture up there, we have the fox there. This is either someone sick or ill or possessed. I don't know how much the shop where Arthur prefaced his history. The shop. Okay. Detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. Castle and Co. I can't. Castle and Co. Because this is on like stories, for some reason I'm thinking Arthur Conan Doyle, but I don't know. But that could just be one thing we can check right now is the timeline. But then it says founded 1848 and it's been running for a really long time. Maybe, maybe not. No. Doesn't look to be. Arthur. Sorry, let's get the shop. Arthur prefaced history. And it talked about a round table. King Arthur. Okay. Detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. The shop. The shop. I mean, there's the round table. Let's just see if that... So we have T. Well, we don't... Let's just first check all the... Okay, so we have TH. EA. I don't know why I'm going counterclockwise. The shop where Arthur prefaced history, detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. I should just try writing that entire thing. Typing out the entire thing. Oh my goodness. Detailing ability shrouded in mystery. The history of spiritualism. I like it. Just I don't know if it's because I searched up Arthur Conan Doyle before, and that's why I'm getting this, but I just love reading. There's no detail too small in the spirit spheres. Okay, see now that's like the history of spiritualism. That would look like it'd be way too long for what I'm looking for. Okay. Castle and Co. Castle and Co. Fox News. Not quite what I'm looking for. How to Find by Fox Thomas. Who is Fox Thomas? Castle and Company, 1906. Okay, how about getting rid of that? Okay, Fox Thomas, lawyers, writer. Okay, let's go back. Fox Thomas, Abe's Books, Co. UK, published by Castle and Company. How to Find and Name Wildflowers, being a method of observing. But this looks like a non-fiction book. More about wildflowers. See, unless there's... Oh. It's very specifically about the company itself, but of course there's no way that... I mean, this company's been around for a long time, it looks like. That they've published a ton of books, so it's not like there's going to be a list. It's not quite like a filmography or discography. I'm definitely not saying that right. Okay, but let's just try to see how to find and name wildflowers. But I don't think, because it's just this one book over and over again. Oh. Okay, so it is Thomas Fox. It's just the last name first and then it's Google. Thomas Fox, writer. Thomas Fox Averill. Not that. If I type in the last name, was it? I guess someone else completely. Okay. I don't think it's it. Yeah. The shop where Arthur prefaced history. Okay, let's back away from this. And, see about the next one. Okay, so obviously it was about book burning. I don't know what this image is. Don't know this. This is obviously Adam and Eve and the forbidden fruit. I'm assuming that's what it is. This is a guy looking at himself in the mirror. I don't know if that's supposed to be... I mean, I see that for some reason I'm thinking like Greek mythology and Narcissus. But let's look up what the meaning of... And I wrote it down during that. Okay, hopefully... And that's it right there. Lyrics, interesting. Oh, an official hymn. Dominican order. Okay. This may be it then. Yeah, that's it right there. The Order of Preachers, also known as Dominican Order, in a mendicant Catholic religious order founded by the Spanish priest Dominic of Caluruga in France, approved by Pope. Okay, that's a lot of information. Just trying to see if there's books. Saint Dominic, adolescent, he had a particular love of theology and the scriptures, became a foundation for spirituality. During his studies in Palencia, Spain, he experienced a dreadful famine, prompting Dominic to sell all of his beloved books and equipment to his neighbors. Not quite sure. It's just 12 entries that say something about books. Fought heresy by word and book. Published book. Reformation. Something about, and then we are going into different territories now. Yeah, now we're in the references, so it's definitely not what we're looking for. Shoot. So am I supposed to be looking for a particular book burning? That's my question. Am I spelling it right? It's the Dominican Republic, but not... Okay. List of book burning incidences. All right. My question, though, is how am I supposed to know what it is? Formation 8, 12, 16. All right, so yeah, well, that's not really gonna help me, is it? I don't know. By Dominicans? Okay, let's just... Oopsies, nope. Wisdom. Dominus. Okay, wait. St. Dominic. Detail of Pedro Berget's painting of a disputation between St. Dominic of Guzman and the Albigensians, in which the books of both were thrown on a fire, with St. Dominic's books miraculously preserved from the flames. Okay. Okay, no, wait, sorry. I clicked, that's the painter's name. Wonderful and all. So, if this is here, then it should at least be detailing... See, that's that. Okay. Get rid of that. Now, what is this picture supposed to be for? Oh, Carther text? This is Carther. During the 13th century, the Catholic Church waged a brutal campaign against the Cathars of Languedoc. Smaller numbers also lived elsewhere in Europe, culminating in the Alba... I'm just going to write this down. Albigensian Crusade. Nearly every Cathar text that could be found was destroyed in an effort to completely extirpate, I don't know what that word is, their heretical beliefs. Only a few were known to survive. Extirpate. Extirpate? Extirpate. To remove or destroy totally, do away with, exterminate, verb used with object. Okay. So let's see. You have I can already tell right now, trying to type out the Albigensian Crusade is not going to work because we have AS, we have ADO here. But not what I'm looking for. Would of curiosity, is the Dominic going to work out as DU? We have, and then we have door here. Dominican order. Order of preachers. I would doubt it, but I'm just going to check anyway. Let's see. OR. OR. D. We have ED. We have DU and endure. So no, not that. Okay. Didn't think that would be it, but no hurt in just checking to make sure. So we know it has to do with book burnings. See, I don't know if this picture matters in any way either. Because talking about book burnings, which if there's a particular event... Okay, let's... Spirituality, missionary activities, famous members. Not so much about book burnings though. Well, the Albigensians, which fortunately that is not it. We have AT, we have AS, but no AL, which is what I need. Just trying to see. Duke of Albi. By reforming zeal after they encountered Gnostic sect holding that matter was evil and only spirit was good. It's a fundamental challenge, their incarnation, mainstream Christianity. Okay. I'm like ready to go for hints on all of them. Okay. Not quite sure this is what... As you can see, I tried to write this thing. This one, I have no idea at all. So, you know what? We're going to go back and we're going to start grabbing hints. I'm going to start with this one just because it's what I most left off at. The Weepers rid the world of temptation. Okay. The Weepers. Oh, well, this Girolamo, I'm assuming if we were to type in, if we went to the section of notable, do they have a section actually now, the famous members? Okay, well, that's a lot. Blessed. Okay. Who is the name that we're... Girolamo? Okay, Italian pre-Reformation theologian dictatorial ruler of Florentine Republic, burned by the Inquisition. Wonderful. Okay, so let's... The weepers rid the world of temptation. Now, what in the world is an Italian Dominican friar and preacher active in the Renaissance Florence? He was known for his prophecies of civic glory, the destruction of secular art and culture, and his calls for Christian renewal. He denounced clerical corruption, despotic rule, and the exploitation of the poor. He prophesied the coming of a biblical flood and a new Cyrus from the north who would reform the church. In September 1494, when Charles VIII of France invaded Italy and threatened Florence, such prophecies seemed on the verge of fulfillment. While Savonarola intervened with the French king, the Florentines expelled the ruling Medici, and at the Führer's urging established a popular republic, declaring Florence would be the new Jerusalem, the world center of Christianity, and richer, more powerful, more glorious than ever. He instituted an extreme puritanical campaign enlisting the active help of Florentine youth. Okay. Am I typing out this guy's name? Let's just look for a GI first. I wasn't even looking. I was like looking on the side here while my hand was going around. But I do not see a GI, so it's not his name. Okay. So, is there a particular bonfires of the Venti? Is a burning of objects condemned by authorities. Bonfire of the Vanities? That seems really long for... I'm going to check anyway. Bonfires. I don't even see a B. Yeah, I don't see a B at all, and I don't think I even see a V. Bonfires of the Vanity, type burning of objects condemned by authorities as occasions of sin. Oh, this actually takes me to a new area completely. Okay, in retaliation, the Pope excommunicated him and threatened to place Florence under an trial by fire. So what is it that I'm specifically trying to... Especially, I don't know this. So we know it's specifically to do with this guy. He's connected with this organization. There's stuff about book burnings. Is there something specifically... Bonfires of Vanity? Like, was there a particular name for these things besides... Oh. On the Mardi Gras Festival... Botticelli... It's like I'm circling around trying to find that particular thing. See also book burnings. Bonfire night. Birth of Venus. But as I said, we don't have anything with a B, so that can't be it. I'm gonna go to this here. I know I'm super jumping around right now, but... Okay, Fox sisters. So, and that's exactly the image. We have the image of a fox here. I don't know what the Castle and Co. has come into play. The Fox sisters were three sisters from New York who played an important role in the creation of spiritualism. The two younger sisters used rappings to convince their much older sister and others that they were communicating with spirits. Their older sister then took charge of them and managed their careers for some time. They all enjoyed success as mediums for many years. Okay. What does this have to do with Castle and Co? If I type in spiritualism, okay, let's just see if I can put that away first. Don't have SE. Yeah, this one has quite a few of the 3-letter sections. So you guys write books? Told the story of the mysterious wrappings. Okay. It's a book burnings. Fox sisters. Castle and Company. Spiritualism's unlikely founders. And then the history of spiritualism, Arthur Conan Doyle's encyclopedia. Okay, so it's actually the careers of the Fox sisters. Okay, I don't want to click onto a PDF. Spiritualism movement. So, turns out I was right in terms of saying Arthur Conan Doyle. And I guess that was his image right there, though. Actually, you know what? I could just look it up. I don't want to... Let's type in Wikipedia itself. Arthur Conan Doyle. Yep, that's him. Okay. Maybe the reason why I was thinking Arthur Conan Doyle is because while I was thinking of Arthur Conan Doyle's, maybe I saw a picture of him before, and now it's my subconscious that's telling me. So, Castle and Co., Arthur Conan Doyle, and then I know there's a section about the Fox sisters. Okay, so that's actually in the Arthur. The girls address the spirit of Mr. Splitfoot, which is a nickname for the devil. Later, he allegedly creating the sounds claimed to be the spirit of the peddler named Charles B. Rosena, who had been murdered 5 years earlier and buried in the cellar. In his writings on the Fox sisters, Arthur Conan Doyle claimed the neighbors dug up the cellar and found a few pieces of bone, but it wasn't until 1904 that a skeleton was found, buried in the cellar wall. No missing person named Charles B. Rosena was ever identified. Hydesville event. In 1848, the two younger sisters were living in a house in Hydesville, New York with their parents. Hydesville no longer exists, but was a hamlet that was part of the township of Arcadia in Wayne County, New York, just outside Newark. The house had some reputation for being haunted, But it wasn't until late March that the family began to be frightened by unexplained sounds that at times sounded like knocking and at other times like the moving of furniture. In 1888, Margaret told her story of the origins of the mysterious rappings. When we went to bed at night, we used to tie an apple to a string and move the string up and down, causing the apple to bump on the floor. Or we would drop the apples on the floor, making a strange noise every time it would rebound. Mother listened to this for a time. She would not understand it and did not suspect us as being capable of a trick because we were so young. During the night of March 31st, Kate challenged the invisible noisemaker, presumed to be a spirit, to repeat the snaps of her fingers. It did. It was asked to rap out the ages of the girls. It did. The neighbors were called in. Over the course of the next few days, a code was developed where raps would signify yes or no in response to a question or be used to indicate a letter of the alphabet. The girls addressed the spirit. Okay, and this is where... Interesting. And that's the only other time Arthur Conan Doyle gets mentioned in there. No, then it's the history of spiritualism. Back to that. I'm just trying to... Okay. The shop where Arthur prefaced history, detailing their ability shrouded in mystery. See, this would make me think that I would need to spell out spiritualism, but I don't... see how that could work out. I don't even see... I see an S-E, and that's really it. Does the... The Careers of the Fox Sisters. See, that looks like that's what the name of the thing is. Spiritualism movement. So I saw Castle and Co. So I clicked this. Hydesville Incident. Okay, and that was in, okay, that's why. In the bibliography. Okay, let's go for another hint. Manifestations of the spirit world. Okay. So this is possibly looking for something very specific? Manifestations of the spirit world? Unless, like, it wants the name of Mr. I don't... Is there a way to put Mr. It's M-A? Because there is Mr. What do they call it? The split foot? Can't be wrappings. Wrapping is too short. Sorry, what was manifestation of the spirit world? I should probably write Arthur Conan Doyle, but the spirit world. Well, let's just look at the Arthur Conan Doyle encyclopedia. Okay, the spirit world. Psychic photographs, Sir Conan Doyle's lecture. But I mean, we're looking specifically for something about the Fox sisters, right? If I type in Fox in this encyclopedia here. The Lost World movie. Who shot Sherlock? Not quite what I'm looking for. I don't think on this wiki. They have not only the ability, but the desire to speak with the living. Okay, so we're talking about the spirits themselves? Was there a specific term used that I did not see? I guess... I was hoping we didn't have to go to the PDF, but I guess we do. 1926. Seems like this might actually take a while in terms of loading. Anytime now. Thank you, please. Yeah, this is it's going to take some time. So what I'm going to do, since there's one last hint, oopsies, I was pressing the space bar. Is it still trying to load? Okay. Yes, it is. So as you see, I tried to... They have not only the ability, but the desire to speak with the living. I don't imagine it's just spirits. If there was a particular name that was given to the entities, and I don't think that is definitely not long enough. Ghost. It's GH. Just looking for the O's, but there's OD. That's not going to work. And fade away. There we go. Finished. Now, preface. Where is the table of contents here? Now it said the career of the Fox sisters, 85. Assuming, well, we don't know. 86 though. Of course, that's not taking into consideration maybe the preface and stuff like that. I don't know, Hydesville episode. It said 86. The pages on the bottom say something else. 81, 82. Or am I remembering wrong? That's also a possibility. No, it says careers of the Fox sisters. What's the previous chapter then? The Hydesville episode. Okay. There's a really long chapter here. I'm just trying to get through this. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so that's the beginning of 66. But what in the world am I looking for here? The company you attract depends upon yourself and your own motives. Got a feeling I have to read this entire thing. I'm just trying to think what I'm trying to think is what specifically am I being asked for here. So the first one at least pointed us to Hydesville, the Fox sisters and stuff like that. But then it starts talking about manifestation of the spirit world. They have not only the ability but the desire to speak with the living. So now it makes me think that Arthur Conan Doyle had a very specific name that was given to the ghosts or the people on the other side. Is there a way to... I don't know. And Victorian spiritualism. Victorian web. In 1916, Arthur Conan Doyle made a declaration that would impact the rest of his life. He stated his belief in spiritualism. Could it be the man who created the ever-logical Sherlock Holmes believes in ghosts? The Fox sisters are credited with the birth of spiritualism. In 1848, Maggie... Okay, we read this type of stuff before. Spiritualism focused on communication with spirits. The movement stressed that there was indeed life after death and that communication with those who had passed over was entirely possible. In 1855, 2 million people were followers of the movement. However, as time went by, disorganization within the movement and fraudulent practices led to the movement's decline. In 1900, spiritualism had lost its popularity after the First World War. The movement once again became popular as people struggled to deal with the loss of loved ones. Okay, early religious. So I'm just trying to very quickly read. Still trying to get a handle on what word I'm specifically wants me to look up. Or not look up, but input. Occasions of sins. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. A bonfire of the vanities is the burning of objects condemned by authorities as occasions of sins. Okay, yeah, you know what? What I'm going to do is write down occasion sims so I don't... of sims. Occasion of sins. So I don't have to go back and forth. Mostly just writing out occasion. It's kind of the thing where it's you write out a word and then... and you question if it looks right at all. But AS... So I need ions... NS of sin. Okay. Wow, mortal sin, entry to hell. This is wonderful. I know, I looked up this one and I would definitely need a hint because I have no clue for this one at all. So this has to do with more like death and afterlife and religious kind of religious connotations or surrounding the afterlife. Going to hell. Is the existence of a next world. Okay, I'm gonna stop that right now. This one I just don't know. I'm assuming they're asking for maybe a particular name he gave to the manifestations of the spirit world. They have not only the ability but the desire to speak with the living. What I don't like is, okay, I can get rid of these ones. I don't like the thought of having to read through this entire thing just to try to figure out if there was a particular name that was given. Kate Fox. I'm just trying to speed read. I put quotations marked because I'm not, it's like super skimming, but I'm not really retaining the information, so I can't really say I'm speed reading appropriately. Okay, but at least I got one thing, though I don't know how things are going to be. I have to edit it down so I don't get very far. Yeah, that's the interesting part about having to edit this stuff together. It's like, what can I leave out but still show kind of like the links or just the directions and misdirections I end up taking when trying to research this stuff. And now my skimming has led me astray because I have no idea what's going on in the text. Okay, I think though I'm going to come back on the newer next day. Is 11 for me. And to be able to get the clues for this. I know there's text. There's text here, but that's going to require me to get up from my computer and try to read out what it is, because I can't make heads or tails of what that's supposed to be. I mean, just looking at the image, we have a man on his deathbed. And then you have heaven. And then it goes the imps of hell. Twin texts help recall the art which unites us all. The art which unites us all. This one's 5. Twin texts. You have a skull, a time. I'm not sure if this is just meant to represent death. I don't quite know what flower that is, but then we have the hourglass here, which can represent this connection with death. Everything eventually dies. We have dancing skeletons over here. One of them particularly happy. And then we have a guy on his deathbed. Twin texts help recall. What twin texts? Sorry, just let me... Some here. I don't imagine. Yeah, and then I get about Twin Peaks, which, to my understanding, someone told me that it's the show is coming back for a season or something like that. I don't think I've ever watched it myself, though. You definitely just hear of it, and it's an odd one. Either way, yeah. So we'll be back for next. I'll be back tomorrow or some other time, and then try to figure this stuff out.